Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through the noise, get you straight to what really matters. Today, we're plunging into the fascinating, sometimes pretty complex world of online poker. Specifically, we're shining a spotlight on ClubGG. Now, if you're a player or even just curious, you've probably hit this core question. Do you play through an agent or, do you go direct? Okay, let's unpack this deep dive. It's basically your shortcut. We want you to understand ClubGG's unique kind of hybrid structure, the role agents play, which is pivotal, and crucially, how these choices affect your poker journey. We're talking bankroll, security, your long-term goals, all of it. We're not just listing options. We're digging out those important nuggets of knowledge, the strategic insights you need to make smarter choices. Play with confidence.
And that strategic bit is so vital, isn't it? Especially with a platform like ClubGG. It really sits in this unique spot in the whole online poker world. It's not your standard wide open poker room. It's more this, well, fascinating hybrid. It sort of blends social gaming ease with, real competitive, sometimes high stakes play. Think private members club, but for poker. Understanding that foundation is like step one to navigating it well, making sure it fits what you actually want from the game.
Right. So let's start right at the beginning. What is ClubGG? Let's look at the sources. At its core, it's a social poker app. But importantly, it's powered by the GG network. And that network is huge, one of the biggest online poker ecosystems globally. Now, here's the defining thing, the kicker really. ClubGG runs on private clubs and unions. It's not like walking into a big casino lobby. You join specific groups, often exclusive ones. And getting in, that usually means going through the official app store directly or using a third-party agent. It's like a bespoke poker setup, tailored, quite different from those open sites you might be used to.
Yeah, that hybrid structure, it's not just jargon. It's really the heart of its appeal and its complexity, too. It gives you flexibility, exclusivity, maybe, that older platforms just don't have. But like you said, that flexibility, it brings in layers of decisions you don't face elsewhere. It's not just picking a game. It's how you even get to sit down at that game. And it can seriously affect everything from your money safety to who you're playing against.
Absolutely. And when we talk about how, often that means dealing with the middleman, the agent. So let's dive deep into agent play. What does that really mean? Essentially, agents on ClubGG are intermediaries. They connect you, the player, to these private clubs or unions, their main job. Facilitating chip buys, sometimes called points, handling your deposits, your withdrawals, and critically, getting you access to specific games, specific clubs you might not get into otherwise. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting and, frankly, pretty strategic. Let's break down the upsides of using an agent. First off, and this is a big one for a lot of players, exclusive access. Our sources keep pointing this out, some of the best clubs, the most lucrative private games, only through agents. Think about it. If you're a serious player hunting for a certain level of competition or maybe looking for those softer fields.
Right, those games with maybe less experienced players.
Exactly, where the potential profit margin is higher. An agent might be your only way in. No agent, no seat at that table. Simple as that.
What's fascinating here, though, is how that promise exclusive access, maybe more profit, comes with a very clear, sometimes challenging trade-off. While the benefits sound great, the downsides of agent play, well, they need some serious thought. The biggest one, really, is the trust factor. The source material is pretty blunt about this. Choosing the wrong agent. It's like giving your bankroll to a stranger in the dark. It can lead to massive problems, outright scams, or just frustrating delays getting your winnings out. You're essentially putting your financial safety in someone else's hands. That's a risk calculation every single player has to make.
Yeah, it sounds a bit like the Wild West of online poker, almost.
It really can feel that way sometimes. And beyond just getting scammed, there's the issue of dependence. You become completely reliant on your agent being available, being reliable for every single transaction. Imagine hitting a big win and suddenly your agent is just gone for a few days. It's incredibly stressful.
Oh, I can imagine.
If they're offline or just disappear, your money is effectively stuck. And then there's this persistent issue of lack of transparency. Our research shows some agents, unfortunately, aren't always upfront about fees or commissions or the risks involved. You might end up agreeing to something you don't fully get or face surprise deductions later. This whole model really forces you to weigh convenience and those exclusive game opportunities against, well, a very real personal risk.
That trust factor really does seem like the absolute core issue, doesn't it? It shapes everything. Which makes you think, okay, what about the alternative? What kind of security and simplicity does that offer? So let's talk about the direct approach. Playing directly on ClubGG means you just bypass the agents completely. Instead, you buy your chips, your game currency, straight from the official ClubGG app store, just like buying anything else in an app. And this direct path may be less exciting, but it has its own strong benefits. First, and maybe most important, safety and security. That gets a huge boost. When you deal directly with the official platform, the risk of getting scammed, it pretty much vanishes. You're dealing with a known company, not some random person. Second, it's just simple. Simplicity and ease of use. Deposits are easy, handled through Google Play or the Apple iOS store, things you already use.
Right, no complicated transfers or vetting people.
Exactly. No peer-to-peer stuff, no back-and-forth messages. And that leads to the third benefit. Instant access. There's no waiting for an agent to confirm things. Your chips are there in your account immediately. Jump straight into a game.
And if we connect that to the bigger picture, yeah, direct play definitely simplifies things and seriously boosts security. For a lot of players, maybe newer ones, or just people who don't like risk, that's a massive plus. But, and this is important, you need to understand that this simplicity, it comes with its own trade-offs, its own drawbacks. The main one is often higher cost. Chips bought directly from the App Store usually have a standard price. You miss out on potential discounts, loyalty perks, or crucially, rakeback offers.
Yes, rakeback. That percentage of the fees you pay coming back to you.
Exactly, which can really add up and boost your bankroll over time. A good agent might offer that, direct play usually won't. And beyond cost, there are often limited opportunities. Our sources confirm that many of those sought-after private games, those high-value unions with the softer feels we talked about, they're just not available if you play direct. You might be locked out of certain games or tables.
So you trade some potential profit for safety.
Pretty much. And finally, you typically get no extra perks. Direct play doesn't usually have that personalized support or special bonuses or those rake-back deals agents use to get and keep players. So what stands out to you when you weigh these trade-offs? It's a clear choice. Security and convenience versus potential cost savings and exclusive games. It forces you to prioritize.
That really is the million-dollar challenge, isn't it? So, okay, what does this all actually mean for your poker journey? It becomes much clearer when we do a quick side-by-side comparison, pulling from our source breakdowns. Let's imagine two players again. Maybe cautious Chloe, safety first, and seasoned Sam, always looking for that edge. For safety, Chloe sees agent play depends a lot on trusting that specific agent. There's risk involved. Sam, though, might be willing to do the homework, vet an agent to get into those special games.
While direct play is just safer, described as very safe because it's the official app, peace of mind for Chloe.
Okay, cost. Sam knows agents often have better deals, discounts, rake back. That's appealing. Chloe sees direct play has standard pricing. Maybe higher, but totally transparent. No surprises. Access to games. This is huge. Sam wants those exclusive clubs and unions agents provide access to. Those softer games, potentially.
Right. While Chloe, going direct, she's limited to the public clubs. She might miss out on some of the, well, juicier games.
Then support.
Yeah.
Sam likes the personal touch of an agent, almost like a poker concierge, right? Handling things, recommending games.
Whereas Chloe relies on the standard app support. It works, but it's less personal.
And finally, risk. Chloe wants minimal risk. Direct play gives her that.
Well,
Sam knows there's scam potential with bad agents, but for him, the payoff from exclusive access might outweigh the managed risk of using a vetted, reputable agent. These aren't just abstract points, are they? They directly shape your experience based on your level and what you want.
Exactly. And when we look at the impact for different player types, it gets even clearer who benefits from which approach. Let's stick with Chloe and Sam. For cautious Chloe, maybe a beginner, someone new to ClubGG, direct play is, well, hands down safer and simpler. There's no need to learn how to vet agents, no stress about transactions. Just play the game. It removes a big hurdle.
Makes sense. Takes away a layer of complexity.
Definitely. Now, for seasoned Sam, the experienced player, agent play can be much more profitable. His edge might come from getting into those high-value unions, those softer fields that are agent-only. He's focused on ROI, and a good agent helps unlock that. If you're specifically a bankroll builder, always trying to make your funds last, maximize playing time, agents can be really attractive. Those rakeback deals, the chip discounts, they make a real difference, cutting your playing costs.
So that's a direct financial benefit.
It can be, yeah. But if you're like cautious Chloe, just inherently risk-averse, direct play guarantees that security and transparency. The trade-off, as we said, is accepting you might miss out on certain exclusive games or maybe better long-term deals. So you see, there's no single best way. The right choice is all about lining up with your goals, your risk comfort, and, yeah, your budget.
That makes perfect sense. It's really a personal calculation. Which brings up an important question. What about the future? Is this agent model going to stay the same on ClubG? Our sources suggest things are evolving. The platform seems to be pushing for more security, more transparency for everyone involved. We're hearing about things like AI-driven monitoring systems potentially coming in.
Yeah, imagine AI scanning for suspicious transactions or agent behavior. That could make both direct and agent routes safer, maybe reducing those trust issues we talked about.
That would be a big step.
Huge. The goal seems to be a more protected environment, however you choose to play. And beyond AI, there's a lot of talk about exploring blockchain solutions. Think about that potential. Blockchain could mean immutable, transparent records for every transaction, every chip movement.
Wow, okay.
It wouldn't just improve fairness, it could totally redefine transparency. Building trust right into the platform's code, these kinds of tech advances could really change the game, potentially easing many risks tied to agents now, while still keeping the benefits like exclusive access. Actually a pretty exciting possibility. Could make the whole thing feel more professional, more secure.
That's definitely an optimistic view. Suggests a stronger ecosystem maybe down the road. But for now, today, the choice you make is still crucial. It just reinforces how important it is to choose wisely. Understanding it all comes down to your poker goals, your risk appetite, and your budget. We hear players asking similar questions all the time, so let's quickly hit some common FAQs from our sources, tying them back. First, is it safe to play with a trusted agent on ClubGG? The answer seems to be yes, but with a big asterisk if you do your homework vetting them.
Right. Look for solid reputations, verified IDs in poker circles, an active, positive online footprint. Word of mouth helps a lot. Avoid random, unverified offers.
Okay. Second, is direct play better for beginners? Overwhelmingly, yes. It just cuts out that whole complex agent layer, drastically reduces scam risks, lets new players just focus on learning poker.
And that leads into other questions like, do agents usually give better deals? Often, yes, like we discussed. Rakeback, chip discounts, those are real incentives agents can offer that you just don't get direct from the app. It can impact your bottom line over time.
Makes sense. What about switching? Can you switch between agent and direct play?
Yep, absolutely. You've got flexibility there. You can move between models whenever. Maybe your goals change or your comfort with risk evolves. Just remember, switching away from an agent might mean losing access to certain clubs or unions they got you into.
Good point.
Yeah.
And finally, the big one. How do you find a trustworthy ClubGG agent? This loops right back to that trust factor. It's not just finding any agent, it's finding a good one.
Exactly. Beyond reputation and IDs, look for transparency on fees, responsiveness, a history of smooth payouts, check forums, ask trusted players for recommendations, that due diligence. It's probably the most critical step if you're going the agent route.
Okay, so bringing this whole deep dive kind of full circle, ClubGG offers this really unique choice in online poker. You've got this fundamental decision, agent or direct play. Each path has its own clear benefits. Maybe it's the top-notch security and simplicity of playing direct, or maybe it's the lure of exclusive access and potentially better deals you might get with a genuinely trusted agent.
And of course, each path has drawbacks too. The real risk of scams with shady agents, or perhaps the higher costs and limited game selection playing direct.
We really hope that understanding these nuances, these strategic trade-offs, helps empower you, helps you tailor your ClubGG experience so it fits your style, your priorities, what you actually value most when you sit down to play online poker.
And just a final thought to maybe mull over. As these online poker platforms keep innovating, with things like AI monitoring, maybe blockchain solutions coming down the pipe, how might this evolving landscape fundamentally redefine our very ideas of trust, of community, even the sort of social contract between us as players and the platforms themselves in online gaming? Something to think about next time you log in.